Hello and welcome back to the Peculiar Place podcast.
This is the segment Two Vees in a Pod, and we're hostesses. I'm Mandii.
And I'm Jessii. And apologies for last week. We didn't even really make a post that we were going to be gone. But people noticed and they missed us.
Aww.
So thanks, guys.
Thanks for noticing.
We had a bit of, Mandii was ready to go, okay?
I was.
She was prepared to do a podcast.
I was.
Which is different because usually you're the one not showing up for something.
Yeah.
And I'm always here. I have to be honest with you. It's not that I was hungover. It's that I can't, for some reason, I guess now that I'm 30, if I do anything past 9 p.m. the next day, I am a wreck. Okay? I had a friend come over for a sleepover. I had 2 drinks, okay, in a 5-hour period. That's nothing, right?
Yeah.
The next day, I had a headache. I had vertigo. I felt like I was going to throw up. I was just not in a good place. And it took me 24 hours to feel better. What is with that? Is it my Lyme disease? Am I just old?
It could be a multitude of things, but I feel the same way. Truly, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like you said, like you don't have to get drunk to feel like shit the next day. Like I find that if I drink too close to bedtime, I feel nauseous.
That could be what
like, that's what it is. Like, I think if it's drinking too close to bedtime, I start to get, vertigo, dizzy, nauseousness. And, like, it's kind of embarrassing because it's like, oh, like, I'm nauseous, but I'm not drunk. And I don't want anyone to be like, oh, like, she drank too much.
No, same.
But I don't even drink too much anymore. Like, even before I got pregnant, I was only drinking like vodka waters. Like,
oh, me too.
Leading up to my wedding, like I was literally having like vodka waters. I'm not a big drinker anyway.
No, me either.
I never I maybe like in my college years, yes.
Yeah,
but,
I used to be.
Definitely. But like now it's just I don't like the feeling of like being drunk because I know I'm just gonna feel sick.
Exactly. I like the buzz, and I get the buzz after
tipsy.
Not even sometimes. Sometimes I just get right before tipsy. Like, I don't even get
just a little
tipsy.
Buzz.
A little
just
buzz.
A little litty.
Yeah, like, and that's like if I have 2
just
drinks.
Just like a little, like, feel good.
Just a little something. That's it.
A little
and then,
spice.
Yeah. But then I feel hungover the next day after having 1 or 2 drinks. Like, what is this life?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's not even the next day that I feel that bad. It's more like throughout the night.
Yeah, same. And my heart's pumping.
The heart is beating so fast. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And now there's like the added level of anxiety of like my kid is going to wake me up every couple of hours.
Oh,
and so I know I'm not going to get a good amount of sleep.
Yeah.
And like if she is sleeping and I'm not sleeping, I'm like, oh my God, I'm wasting all of this time where I could be sleeping.
Yeah, that's pressure. It's a lot of pressure
and
on
I'll
yourself.
like fall asleep right before she wakes up, and then she'll wake up and I'm like in the middle of a dream, and
that's brutal.
It's too much. So
anyways.
I think day drinking is where it's at.
Oh yeah, like before 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And then have a dinner and go to bed.
Day drinking.
Yeah.
So it's, what do they say? It's 11 o'clock somewhere? Or is
right.
11 too early?
And like I used honestly no, like I used to look at people and be like, why are they drinking at like 10 in the morning at this cottage? But like makes sense.
You mean looking at me?
Actually, I used to be one of those people. But if you stop at like 3 p.m., that makes sense.
Yeah, because you know what it needs to be, especially if you're like on a vacation at an Airbnb, whatever. You wake up, you have mimosas.
Yes.
Okay? You get your day started with, like, mimosas, get a little, like, buzz going, have a nice lunch, brunch, whatever. And then you have, like, a little bit of a drink with your lunch, and then, like, you get a little sleepy, and it, like, kind of builds you up to, like...
lie by the pool and have another one.
Like, lounge around.
Yeah.
But then, like,
bedtime
comes, and it's, like, you're ready. Like, you're tired. You're, like, starting to, like... crash a little bit.
Can you believe we used to go out at 11 p.m.?
No.
We used to like pre-drink at 10.
Oh my God.
And we'd be out in a taxi at 11 p.m.
So I went to my best friend's Heather's birthday, and I wasn't going to sleep over because I have my daughter and I just can't like be away from her overnight yet.
Yeah.
So I like went there, and we were like drinking, partying, eating, having fun, getting lit. And then I think it was around like 8:30 that Luca picked me up. And I was like ready. I was like, this was a perfect amount of time. Like fantastic amount of time. Like, I'm ready to go home. And, like, by the time I got home, I was, like, so ready for bed. Like, this was a great night, ready for bed. And then, like, I go on my phone at, like, 3 a.m. because Ophi woke up. And, like, her and her friends had gone out after I had left to a bar. And they were posting, like, oh, like, 50 minutes ago, whatever.
Wow.
And I'm like, how? Like, I'm exhausted.
No, me too. I don't even have a kid, and I am exhausted. So I don't know how you do it.
But I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Is that, like, I feel like I'm old. Like,
no. It just means we've done it.
To me. Like,
we've done it.
And I feel like I've changed a little bit. Like, I feel like when I have, like, girls' nights and whatever, like, I just want to cozy up on the couch and watch a movie. I just want to order a pizza and, like, get, like, movie snacks, like, make a little drink and, like, cozy up and watch a movie.
Yeah.
And then go to bed. It's
funny because our main audience is actually early 20s, and they're probably listening to us like, wow, they're lame.
Okay, we need some 30-year-olds watching. Because
we have some 30-year-olds.
Because, I don't know, I feel like, is that boring?
No, I just think we got it out of our system.
Or, like, Luke and I will go on a double date to somebody's house, and, like, it'll be, like, 9 o'clock, and we're like, okay, guys.
No,
like,
it's the age of dinner parties, and I love it.
Yeah.
Because it's just a dinner party, and then you leave at 8 p.m. I'm down for that. You
Listen,
arrive at, like, 4 or 5.
My friends, they're not about that life.
I'm about that. We'll do that.
Let's just do that, because my friends, I feel like we leave, and they're like, oh. Like the party hasn't even started. You know? But it's like, girl, like, we've been here for, like, 3 or 4 hours. Yeah. Like, I want to leave.
Honestly,
like, I miss my bed. I want to go home. It's a long drive, you know?
Yeah, no, that's my vibe for sure. Anyways, guys, let's start the main part of the podcast. Today is all trending topics. Okay. But just so you know, because we were away last week, some of these are a week old, which isn't too bad.
No.
You know, it's not too bad. I didn't want to make a whole new thing, so I kept a lot from last week. Also, a reminder, Patreon. Thank you to all of our patrons. We are putting up an exclusive clip today about a very scary parking garage experience that I had 2 weeks ago. It's terrifying. I want to get your take on this because I thought I was in major danger, and Ty kind of didn't think so, and I don't know how he didn't. So I want to get your take on it. And then you also have a very terrifying story that happened to you while you were in a car.
Like, actually terrifying.
Yeah, with a man.
Like a horror movie level scary.
And mine was too. So I don't know what's with people and cars.
Well, let me just say that Toronto parking garages
are terrifying.
Can we just not? Like, can we make it easier or, like, safer or just make parking, like, I don't know, outdoors?
Yeah, but do you see now, like, if you go to a Toronto parking garage, and it might be like this everywhere, but they now have these huge signs saying, like, check your back seat before driving away.
Oh my God.
Robberies occur here, take all your stuff. And it's like, it's terrifying to park now. For this story, like, we parked, I saw all those signs, and I was already in the mindset of, like, we're gonna die. And then something happened, which is gonna be in the Patreon clip.
Oh my God.
It's terrifying. Also, last week, although we didn't have a podcast here, Ty and I did do another exclusive clip talking about how we saw a Sasquatch at the cottage we were at. It was terrifying. Mom saw it too. Mom and I saw it. No one else did.
So it was like a bear.
No, it was a Sasquatch. Mom, okay, listen. It was as tall as the cottage. We showed in the clip like how tall the windows were.
A moose.
I don't know, but Mom and I weren't even sitting together. We were like across the room. We both gasp and point, and everyone else is like, "What?" And we're like, it's there. Anyway, all of those clips are on Patreon if you want to see all of that.
Okay, wait. I need to know more about this. Hold on. Okay, in all realness.
Okay.
In all seriousness, realness. We know Sasquatch is not real. So
well, we don't know.
Jess.
Dinosaurs existed once.
There's no Sasquatch. They would have been caught. They would have been photographed. It would have been, like, that's just...
They have been photographed.
So could you tell me, because it was Huntsville you were in, right?
Okay, if you want to try
where there's bears and there's moose.
It could have been a moose.
Those are tall.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
They're tall. Massive.
Okay, the windows were 10 to 12 feet off the ground, okay? So it wasn't a bear. It was something that looked like the silhouette of a man.
Oh my God.
It looked furry, that went across both windows. There's 2 big windows in the kitchen. It went da-da-da-da-da, like the side profile of a man. And Mom and I were like, oh, who's that? And we both point and gasp.
Or maybe it was a man actually dressed
12 feet off the ground?
Like levitating?
No, walking.
Off the ground? Levitating.
I don't know.
12 feet off the ground. Levitating
Oh my gosh.
Sasquatch.
Anyways, we show in the clips in this Patreon clip, like all the different parts of the cottage and why it's impossible for this to have been an animal. Okay?
So it could have been a man. Actually a man.
A 12-foot tall man. You tell me how. Listen.
Sasquatch?
It's a Sasquatch.
Sasquatch isn't even like native to...
Yeah? Algonquin?
No, that's like the Wendigo.
Whoa. Once we start bringing in those, I don't even want to know because it could have been that. Those are tall.
It was a Wendigo.
Stop. Ew.
Oh my god, it would have been a Wendigo because Sasquatch, that's like a states thing. That's like a national park.
Right.
But Algonquin, Wendigos everywhere.
That's terrifying.
That's what you saw.
Anyways, check out Patreon. Okay. So we're going to talk about Gypsy Rose for a second because she did an update. I don't know if you're following along. She divorced her
Yes, and they got tattoos.
husband. She got a weird tattoo with her new fiance or boyfriend or whatever. But she was saying that her marriage ended because of two kind of strange reasons. The first one is because her husband snored too much. And the second reason is because he hoarded food in the fridge and he didn't want to throw out leftovers. So she would like go to the fridge and be packed with like really old stuff and she would try and throw it out and he would yell at her and start fighting if she tried to throw out old moldy food. So he had like a food hoarding issue. Do you think that's weird to like air out to the public?
Yeah. I also heard that she was afraid that he would hit her.
Right, but that's weird because he never tried. People were like, did he try? And she's like, no, but I think he might.
So that is a problem.
Right.
Like if he's not actually
Or if he
violent.
hasn't tried before.
Yeah, like she's putting out like a narrative that is dangerous for him and his reputation. I think that that's wrong.
I almost wonder if like she got out of prison, she had these two guys kind of on her side, right? She had the boyfriend she's with now and she had her husband. I almost wonder if she got out and she was like, I made the wrong choice. How do I make this divorce sound as good on my end as possible? Instead of just saying like, listen, I didn't really care for him anymore. I'm going to go to this other guy.
I don't think that she's like a properly developed adult woman. Like the decisions that she makes, like we can't really take it as like a I mean, she's been through trauma. She's been through trauma. Now she's free and she probably wants to experience all kinds of different things. And she was like forced to be a young child for so long that now she's probably like just wanting to like experience life and experience different things. So I feel like she's overwhelmed with like her freedom and like all the things she can do with that freedom. And she had a relationship with her husband while she was in jail. So she probably felt like, oh, once I get out of jail, like we can be together and like we can be married and we can be like in love and happy. But now that she's free,
she's like, I want to date.
She's probably
she didn't go through that phase.
She wants to experience probably all the things she has never experienced before, and I feel like she's behind on the things that she would have normally experienced at like whatever 16, 17 years old.
Makes sense. But I
do you know what I mean?
I do feel for the guy. I forgot what his name is, but I feel for him
when it comes like, okay, but he should know better though.
Well, I don't know. He loved her.
I just feel like when you are with somebody who has clearly been through trauma and like, I don't know, I just feel like, what do you expect?
Yeah. Anyway, it seems to be messy. They're like commenting on each other's TikToks, all these aggressive things about who gets the dog and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. It's a lot. Anyway, don't eat from dented cans. You could get botulism. Have you heard about this before?
I've definitely eaten from dented cans.
There is a bacteria that grows inside cans, and you can kind of guess that it could be present in your can of soup or whatever if the can is dented in any way. What's scary is that the reason why I brought this up is because there was this influencer recently who had a cup of soup and then suddenly went paralyzed.
Oh.
So her lungs stopped working. She couldn't breathe. Her whole body was tingling. Everything shut down. She was brought to the hospital. She got this bacteria, which gave her botulism. She almost died. She was on a ventilator. And apparently, how many people a year get it? 100 people in the States?
I was going to say, that should happen really often.
No, it's very rare. But it's
so
scary.
It's not like every dented can.
No, because you could just drop a can, right? And it dents.
Yeah.
But they do say that if you do see a dent, just to be safe, don't eat or drink from it because yeah, and sometimes like I saw videos of people showing what the bacteria looks like, and if you like undo the can and you dump everything out, you can see that in the dent of it, it's all green and foamy, and it's almost like eating away at the metal on the inside. So it's pretty scary. So yeah, don't eat from dented cans because botulism kills. It's terrifying.
Oh my God.
And your body like shuts down.
You're like just trying to have a cup of soup.
I know, this poor girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently she is recovering. She's pretty lucky
good.
I think she's still in the hospital, but some people don't even get very far, right? So
That's so sad.
So there is a question going around TikTok. You probably heard about this. The question is, would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
A bear.
Yeah, obviously a bear.
Every time.
Yeah. Do you love how like men are getting so pressed about this question and they're like,
Are they?
oh yeah. But then they're also, maybe you could answer this one. If your baby was in the forest, because people are asking parents this now, would you rather your baby be with a bear or a man?
A man.
Yeah. People are switching that one up because it's like...
Interesting.
So why'd you choose a man for you?
For me, if I was in the forest?
Sorry, a bear. A bear. You chose a bear.
Because men are terrifying, and I had a lot of bad experiences in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid of men. Like, when you go into a parking garage, are you afraid of running into a man or a woman?
A man.
Yeah. Because men are more likely to attack. You know, like they're statistically speaking, like they're the ones that do all the the bad things.
Yeah, I mean,
they hijack cars, they break into houses. The
list would be long.
The list is extremely long, and like women, unfortunately, women are victim to like attacks from men. That's just I mean, the world.
Let's look at the statistics of bear attacks versus just attacks by men.
My God.
And bears are predictable, right? Like if you run into one, most of the time you can scare it off. There's ways to like get away from it, right? Like bears are predictable. Men, you never know what they want to do. You never know.
Oh, I know what they want to do.
Well, you got to assume that not all men are like that. But
I mean, okay, like it's not okay to like put every man into like one category, of course, but for the most part. Like, I feel like good guys are, like, few and far between. I'm okay with saying that. I feel like I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash for that, but I feel like good men know that. I feel like good men know that it's few and far between, that you're a good guy, because men are in the locker rooms together. They, like, go to bars together. Like, you see the guys. You are around them. Like, you know the guys that, like, talk shit on their girlfriends, that, like, have bad intentions, that are cheaters, that are players, that are violent, that have tempers, like, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
I feel like good guys know that they're few and far between.
Yeah.
So if you're, like, an angry guy commenting on, like, whatever this becomes,
you're
a TikTok,
one of them?
Yeah! Like, if you feel the need to, like, angrily comment defending men or whatever, then you don't get it. You just don't get it. And like as a woman, I can speak on this confidently because I've had experiences with men.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Fair enough.
Terrifying.
I get
I almost
you.
got friggin' abducted in Paris.
Yep.
Okay? Like that's enough. That's enough. Like that's enough to know. And then also like, sorry, but like my college was in a really scary area. Sketchy, and there's like a lot of creepy guys around all the time.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't even have to explain. Like it really goes without saying.
It does. Yeah. And I don't feel bad. Like but that's our life though. Like women, that's our experiences in life. I feel like the difference between life as a man versus life as a woman, like if you're a man, are you really walking around on the streets or like walking to your car from a store or whatever, worried about if someone's following you, or like worried about if somebody's gonna quickly open the door and get in because for me, when I get into my car, the first thing I do is lock the door. And you know what else I do? I look in the back seat every single time.
I'm the same way.
Even if I'm parked at my own house or mom's house, anybody's house, I'm like looking in the back seat. I'm locking the door right away before I do anything else. I'm looking around to see if anyone's following me. I have pepper spray on me at all times, ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, are men doing that? Are men thinking that way? Are they paranoid? Are they on edge?
Yeah, if they're walking down this like creepy dead end street in the middle of nowhere and they see a woman walking up to them, are they afraid?
No.
No.
But that's so sad. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad that we have to be on edge and be on our guard. And like, I always tell Luca, because like, I want to like go for walks with Ophelia, and when the sun is starting to set or it becomes nighttime, he's like, oh, why can't we go? I'm like, I'm not bringing my baby out at night. I'm just not. I don't want to do that. I don't feel good about that. I don't like that. I'd rather just go during the day when it's light out. And
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, bears are cute, so
I mean, I feel like bears are scary.
obviously.
I don't want to be stuck in the woods with either of them. But yeah, if I had to choose, definitely a bear. Men are scary.
Yeah.
Humans in general. I'd rather a ghost. I'd rather
A ghost, yeah.
in your home. Are you more afraid of a ghost or are you afraid of a person?
A person.
Right?
Yeah. I already struggle with going to bed at night thinking that this is the night we're going to get robbed or broken into every single night.
Every night.
Yeah.
Always checking
Always
the
listening.
alarm. The alarm system.
Yeah.
Scary.
It's scary.
Oh my
But-
God.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
The baby monitor.
What happened?
I now have to silence it at night because
There's ghosts?
no, okay. So, and I really hoped that this wouldn't happen to me because you know how everyone says like, oh, the baby monitor.
Was it talking to you?
No, okay. No.
Did you hear whispers?
In the middle of the night, and like we've plenty of nights used the baby monitor during the day, like whatever, when she's napping, and it's totally fine. You could hear everything that's going on in her room, but it will alert if she's crying loudly. Like if she starts screaming, it'll go beep 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 and like force you to like wake up if you're sleeping in a deep sleep or whatever.
Right.
So that'll happen if she's like really screaming, which we can already hear anyway. There was one night like 2 nights ago where I was in a deep sleep, but I'm always waking up at like 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m., which is like witching hour, which I hate, but it's like my shift. So, which sucks. And I hear the beep, 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 but like nothing, no crying, no nothing. And so I wake up and I check it, and because it's going off, and she's fast asleep, everything's quiet, and I'm like, bitch, no. Like, I can't. And, like, Luca doesn't wake up. He's just asleep the whole time. So I'm like, okay, that was weird. That was, like, strange because I was, like, sleeping. And then it happened again. And I was like, this. And I turned it off. And I was scared. I just didn't want to deal with it. And then it happened again in the morning. But we had already brought Ophelia into our bed. And we were, like, we were awake. And we were just, like, together, like, as a family. And then it happened again. But Luca was awake for it. He's like, wow, that's creepy. And I'm like, that happened last night at like 3 a.m. and I'm not dealing with it. Like, I turned it off.
Yeah.
I can't with that shit.
Well, hopefully it's just glitched out.
Because it's sound, but it's also motion.
Ew.
Yeah.
I mean, you have an old house.
I've been really creeped out by my house recently. Like, within the past, like, 2 weeks. You know how they say, like, when you're, like, renovating and moving and, like, changes happen, like, the increased amount of, like, paranormal activity.
Right.
And our house is filled with boxes right now because we're moving and we're like taking everything down from the walls and like selling things and everything is very bare and like there's a lot of like boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm so creeped out and I don't know why. Like I'm making Luca switch up our bed because I'm scared. I'm right but next to the door because it's easy for me to get up to just go to her room.
You're swapping with him now?
But I'm scared. Because I'm
Yeah.
up by myself in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
That's creepy.
And I have to like get up out of bed and like go down to the kitchen and it's nighttime and make her milk. And there's all these dark corners and...
Wait, do you have one of those like video ones where you
Yes.
can actually... So you can actually see her in it?
Correct.
And you can see like around the room and stuff?
Not the whole room, just the crib.
Okay.
Which is almost worse. Because I can't see what's going on. And I'm wondering why it's beeping.
Have you seen those videos of like those kids who like, they're just staring into it?
Okay. So let me tell you what goes on in my head when it's 3 a.m. and I have to go into her room to like settle her.
Okay.
Have you ever watched Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was. It might have been the first one, but it's the one where like the woman has a baby and there's a nursery.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember that scene where she's running to the nursery and as soon as she gets to the nursery, something grabs her leg and like drags her like down the hall?
Into the basement.
Yeah! Ew, I hate that I just put that into the universe, but that's what I'm thinking. At like 3 a.m, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be the day that I walk in there and something grabs me.
Okay, those movies were scary. I know a lot of people say like, oh, they're so stupid.
They were made for millennials. That was our generation's like horror films. Like,
maybe
that
it's
was
not
our
scary now, but
that was our generation's Hereditary. I swear to God.
Yeah, for real, for real.
We were like, is this real? Is it fake? Is this a true story? Is this real footage?
Yeah,
so scary.
Okay, there is an autism test question that's going viral. Okay, and I'm gonna test you. I'm just curious.
I'm a little bit on the spectrum, I'm sure.
I think a lot of people are to varying degrees, honestly. And that's totally fine.
Sensory issues. I have sensory issues.
Me too. Like if Ty's clicking his pen or like tapping, he does a lot of like stuff on his desk. I cannot concentrate.
No, I hate that.
And I have to tell him to stop.
Loud noises,
Yeah,
vacuums, toilet flushing, fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
I'm all about the mood lighting. I hate like lots
big
of lights. Yeah, lots of light.
Yeah.
And I hate being touched in the same place.
Over and over. Ty does that to me sometimes.
No, Luca loves it. Like, he would love to be touched in the same place like that.
Same with Ty, yeah.
But if he does it to me, I'm like, you're driving me insane. Change it up, you know?
No, I agree.
Anyway, continue.
This person had gone for a autism assessment, and they were filming a video in their car on the way out. And they said they got this question that was, what do 2 and 7 have in common? So think about it for a second. Have you heard this one?
No.
So I'm just curious because there is an answer.
I don't like math.
Just what does 2 and 7 have in common?
They're both numbers.
Okay. That's actually the right answer.
Oh.
So neurodivergent responses say things like, oh, they have similar shapes, right? Because 2 and 7 are kind of like equally, they're in the similar shape, right? They're kind of like an upside down check mark. They also might say they're facing the same way, right? They also might say they do this.
Aw.
So the normal response is to say they're both numbers.
Oh.
I mean, obviously you can't chalk up if someone's autistic from one question. But apparently this is one of the questions on the test. And I actually, before hearing the answer, I was agreeing with the person in the car. Like, they go the same way. That's what I thought too.
Really? That's your first instinct?
And I asked Ty, and he said they're both numbers. I'm also, like, right-brained. Like, I'm very, like, visually... I'm an artist. So, like, I was looking at the shape of the numbers.
I'm an artist.
I'm an artist. Does that sound very, like...
I'm an artist.
Uppity? I am an artist. I do art. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, yeah. So that was going viral, and people were kind of having different answers for it, which was interesting.
When you were in art school, did they make you, like, do projects and, like, research on, like, famous artists, like Da Vinci and stuff?
Yeah. And I had to do presentations and stuff on it. Yeah, we had to do art history. It was mandatory.
I find that very fascinating.
Yeah, it was.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, especially, like, because a lot of artists are very dark, and they had a lot of mental health issues.
And like, subliminal.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of them were in psychosis sometimes or did drugs and stuff. So it's interesting to see where their mindset was when they made a certain, like, art piece.
A piece, yeah.
Yeah, especially, like, Van Gogh. Like, stuff like that. It's so dark. And a lot of them had, like, schizophrenia, and that's why they drew, like, weird portraits in sort of an abstract way and stuff like that. So it was really intriguing, yeah. I love art history.
I love art from, like, the Da Vinci time. Like, when we went to the Louvre.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And there's stuff, but I find there's so much hidden things within those art pieces.
I love the sculptures.
And there's a story. Like, that's what I love about it, too, is, like, those pieces have, like, there's, like, a story for that piece or like behind that piece or a message or something, and I find that really cool.
I love that too. You know how they say that sisters have like a bond, like we kind of share the same brain, we think about the same things.
Can confirm.
So I'm just curious, like, if we could say the same word at the same time, and we can try a couple times and see if we end up saying the same word.
But what kind of word?
I can't say because we got to find out if we're on the same wavelength.
So there's too much pressure.
For 3 seconds, let's try and think of a word, and then we'll say it out loud at the same time. So think of a word right now. It could be any word at all.
Any word?
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Think of another word. 3, 2, 1. Headphones.
Cat.
We're not on the same wavelength.
But I feel like this is too random.
So
you gotta
let's
be like talking about something and then.
Okay, let's do a theme: beauty and fashion.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Skirt.
Lipstick. Okay, you pick a theme.
Movies. 3, 2, 1.
Star
Freaky
Wars.
Friday.
Come on, of course it was gonna be Star Wars.
No, but I'm not favorite
Okay,
movie.
pick a character in Star Wars. 3, 2, 1.
Boba
Obi-Wan.
Fett.
Boba Fett.
Okay, I'm not trying to. This isn't favorites.
No, I know. I just.
No, but you're doing all favorites.
Okay, one more time. Star Wars character. 3, 2, 1.
Darth
Jar Jar
Maul.
Binks.
That was. I really thought.
Aw. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 5. 3, 2, 1. 3.
The fact that we only had 5 choices.
Pick a number between 1 and 10. 3, 2, 1.
7. That's weird.
Yeah.
Number between 1 and 20.
3, 2, 1.
14.
Pick a number between 1 and 100. 3, 2, 1. 30.
Okay, we lost it. Okay. Okay. Wow, that just got me hyped.
So that didn't work.
The numbers kind of worked.
Yeah. When we had to really narrow it.
Between 1 and 2.
Oh my god.
Okay, moving on. Okay, so Anne Hathaway, she's been in the news a lot because she has her new movie, The Idea of You.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
I watched it.
Was it good?
It wasn't bad, but I didn't love it. Okay, so she was talking about how when she was young in the early 2000s doing like, you know, all the movies, Princess Diaries, you know, all the kind of OG movies, she was talking about how she had to do a bunch of chemistry tests, which most actresses have to do when you have a love interest, right? You kind of like audition.
For like romantic movies.
Right. So she was saying how this one time she was required to kiss 10 men while they were casting her love interest. And while that might seem like, you know, I don't know if it's normal or not, she said what was weird is that the director told her she had to make out with all 10 of the men. And he said to her face, "Aren't you excited to make out with all of them?" And like internally she was like, no.
Ew.
Like, do men just think we're so excited to like kiss everybody? And so she said it was a brutal experience and how like we should change the way that chemistry tests are done. Like, it shouldn't be about like how well you make out. It's more about
I didn't even know that was a thing.
the communication, like the running lines together, stuff like that. So
Okay, going back to the topic of men. Directors like Greta Gerwig would never make anyone do that.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
So, female directors for the win.
Yeah, we love female directors.
Really, like, it really comes out in their films, too. I don't know. Feminine energy. Love it.
So, I don't know if you heard about Logan Paul being sued for his Prime drink. They found PFASs, which are known as forever chemicals, that are in the drink. And they cause reproductive harm, developmental delays, increased cancer risk, reduced immune system response, interference with the body's hormones, higher cholesterol. And apparently one drink contains the max amount of forever chemicals you should consume in your whole life. One drink. And kids are drinking these like every single day. I was actually, and I think I'm allowed to say this, they asked me to be on their PR list a month ago. They like sent me an email and they were like, hey, like, and I didn't know about this yet, but I just knew that, like, I don't love Logan Paul as a person. Like, I don't love what he stands for and what he's done in the past. Like, I don't want to, like, you know, connect myself with that. Is that weird to say? I don't know.
No, it's not weird to say at all. He's clearly a completely unhinged, immature person.
Yeah, and I don't like brightly colored sports drinks. I've never been into that. It didn't look healthy to me. Like, it's not an energy drink. I think it's supposed to like replenish your electrolytes and stuff, but to me it looked strange and I felt weird like promoting that to my audience. So I said no. So I don't know.
Good thing you said no.
Well, yeah, forever chemicals. I've never heard of those before.
Go with your gut instinct every time.
By the way, we have to say this is all alleged because they're in the middle of a, you know,
lawsuit,
investigation, stuff like that. So this is all alleged information that we just found online. Speaking of weird things, a food delivery driver bit off a customer's finger after an altercation that they had. It says the woman attempted to deliver the food down the street from his address, and when he went to pick it up, he left his phone at home, leaving him unable to provide the delivery code number. So they got into an argument, and she bit off his finger. Like, apparently he was, like, pointing and yelling, and she, like a bit off his finger. This happened, I think, in Europe, and I guess they have to, like, provide a delivery code before they can take their food, which I've never experienced here. But he didn't have that number, and I guess she wasn't, like, ready to give up the food. I don't know why she was so protective over it. Isn't that weird? Could you imagine? Like, that's insane. She bit off his finger. Just the idea of that, because fingers are so crunchy. How would you, like...
It would be so easy.
Oh, I didn't think it would be easy.
Yeah.
What do you
Think
mean?
about how easy
How
it would
strong
be.
are you? My jaw could not. What are you, a bulldog?
Maybe not the bone. Maybe not the bone.
That's what I mean. Like, it came clean off. So gross. And speaking of fingers, I know this is really, really gross. I don't know why I, like, put this in here. But this woman found a severed finger in her salad in New York City. She went to a very popular...
It's like mafia shit.
She went to a popular salad bar. And, like, everyone's getting salad
Trying
from
to
this
be
place.
healthy.
Yeah. And she's eating it. And, like,
She's like, last time I tried to be healthy and eat a salad. Next time I'm going to the pizza place.
I wouldn't even blame her. Pizza forever after that. She found a severed finger while she was eating it, and she bit a piece of it, which is disgusting.
Probably one of the chefs accidentally.
Yeah, so they went and investigated, and one of the people making the food had cut off their finger while they were chopping salad.
Yeah.
Didn't know where it went.
Ooh.
And they still serve the salads.
Ugh.
Listen, that's a biohazard. If you lose your finger, you're scrapped.
Shut down.
Yeah, you need to
Shut
scrap
down the kitchen.
everything. All
Shut
that
down the
salad,
kitchen.
you just... She's probably like, oh, I just spent all day chopping the salad. I don't care, ma'am. Your finger's somewhere in here. This is a jungle of leaves, and there's a finger somewhere.
Some good protein.
Ew. And, like, so Ty had an accident when I first met him where he cut off the tip of his finger, and he was working in a restaurant. And they had to, like, clear the table, start from scratch, like, wipe everything down, because, like, you can't... That's a biohazard. So there's, like, protocols here that they weren't following, clearly. It was a whole-ass finger. That's disgusting. And what's crazy is that, like, it took investigators going there for her to be like, oh, that was mine. It's like, girl, go to a hospital. Are you still chopping salad? You watch H3, right? H3 podcast?
If I think the title looks interesting enough.
Fair enough. I watch them a lot, the H3 podcast. They're actually now the H3 show. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
They wanted to go for more like a, and it could be all just a bit that they're doing, but he's going for more like a talk show, like a late night talk show vibe. So now it's like a plain desk with like sort of like that cityscape behind him. It looks very like late night talk show. So now they're the H3 show.
Okay.
So Ethan, who is the show's host, he just got a tattoo on his leg. And people are very 50-50 about this. He's a sentimental guy. He's very emotional. He has like tattoos of his dogs on him and stuff. Anyway, his kids, I think he has 2 boys, they were drawing on him with marker on his leg. Just doing this.
And he got it tattooed.
And he got it tattooed.
Can I see?
The thing is, to me, because the markers were red, it kind of looks like he scraped up his legs. And that's only the top. Like, the bottom of his leg has more red. But he thought it would be a good idea to, like, have his tattoo artist, like, just to remember that his kids used to, like, draw on his legs. Like, I get the sentimental value of it. But, I mean, what do you think? You have a kid. I mean, like, if she drew all over you...
You know, I don't know. I would never do that. But, you know, they're an interesting couple, you know? Like, Gila with her... clothing line, and like they're very like quirky people.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
If it means that much to him, I'm not one to judge.
Have you heard about the pea stain jeans? So there was this
Liamniss.
I was gonna bring that up after, which we should after this. Yes. Okay, so there was this fashion show, and this designer made these jeans that they call some interesting name, but everyone's saying that it looks like the guy peed his pants.
Oh my god.
But that's the new style.
No.
And guess what? He sold out of his design. Everyone bought these. If you're not our visual watchers, it literally is just denim jeans with what looks like a stain from pee on their crotch. And this is like the new style, and everyone's super excited about it. And people are calling them the pee stain jeans. Isn't that crazy? They're trying to make that in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't know, what Mandii brought up is that Liam Neeson, and we cannot show a photo of this. So if you're interested,
sure? We can't.
there is no way we could show a photo.
Why?
That's like a biohazard.
What?
I don't know if we're allowed to show it, but Google exists, okay? If you look up Liam Neeson pees his pants, for some reason, in every single paparazzi photo or any photo that he takes with a fan, he has peed his pants. Like, his pants have been peed in every photo.
I wonder if anyone's ever asked him about this, because I'm a big Liam Neeson fan.
There are Reddit threads called "Why does Liam Neeson keep peeing his pants?"
And what does it say? He drinks too much?
People think it could be that he's drinks drunk a lot. People think he could have that he's packing, and after he goes to the bathroom, it's still draining. Which, what? I know, it doesn't sound...
What? I'm sure he is packing, but...
All right, well, listen, he raised me. I don't want to think about that.
Oh, shut up. He's so hot.
He raised me.
He's so hot. He's a daddy.
No, but like, guys, it's a common occurrence. And if it's an issue, let's say it's a health issue.
Like, he is getting older.
Wear something to stop
diapers, adult diapers.
But not even diapers, like, put something in the way, or like layer up on the underwear or something.
Adult diapers.
Yeah, but some people don't want to turn to that.
Old people need to.
I don't know what's going on, but
okay.
Liam Neeson.
It's okay. We still love him.
Pees his pants.
Yeah, we still love him. We still love him.
I do still love him. But like, if you look at his facial expressions in the photos, he's not there.
And he looks drunk.
He looks like
he is Irish. He drinks.
Right. But I don't think Irish people are just peeing their pants.
No. But he drinks. So he pees.
I don't think he just drinks. I think he drinks and then it like...
He excessively drinks them, yeah.
But are we sure about that?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Allegedly.
Like, he drinks. He drinks.
We're making it seem like totally okay.
No, it's just that in the photos he looks very drunk every time he appears intoxicated. Do we know that for a fact? No. Do we know that he has a problem? No. But if you appear intoxicated and you have appeared to also have peed your pants,
and it's...
one can put two and two together.
It's not even a little bit.
Safe to assume.
It's like the top quarter of his pants are soaked. Soaked. And what I want to know is the people that are like taking a photo with him. Did they see it?
I'd probably still take a photo with him.
Honestly, I would too.
Yeah.
If I saw him on the side of the road,
I'd be like, "Don't touch me."
And he peed his pants, I'd be like, we need to take a photo.
Liam Neeson, I'd ask him. I'd be like, "You peed your pants. Why?
Well, bro, what's that?"
Yeah. Why did you do that? I'd be like, "Why did you do that?"
Yeah, dude, there's no way we would ask him.
If he was drunk and I was drunk, I'd ask.
What if he wasn't drunk?
But if he was drunk and I was drunk, I would be like, "Dude, level with me.
Look down, my bro.
Why do you pee your pants every time?"
He should travel with a what's the thing that blows air out when you're a hairdresser?
Blow dryer. Dryer. No, it's the thing that dries your hair. A hair dryer.
You should travel with one,
or just wear diapers,
or maybe black pants. If he likes, not that
no more jeans. Or maybe he started the jean trend. Maybe he's the designer.
Imagine he's behind it because he wants everyone to look like that, so it doesn't look weird.
He is the creator.
Yeah. We love you, Liam.
What a full circle moment.
We love you. This is actually really interesting. Did you hear about the orangutan?
No. No, but every time that I carry Ophelia around the house, I feel like an ape with my chimp child.
Yeah.
With her little arms and her little legs
especially
that wrap around me.
Because she's been grabbing onto your hair and stuff.
Oh my God.
Chimps and stuff do that.
She really pulls my hair out. Like,
she
rips it out. She's a little chimp. My little orangutan.
People are baffled because this orangutan appeared to treat a wound with medicine from a tropical plant. Like, he just knew what to do. So there's actually a picture of it. He cut like a huge piece of his cheek came off. I don't know how it happened. But he attempted to soothe his pain with remedies that he found in the wild. Scientists observed this orangutan pluck and chew up leaves from a medical plant used by people throughout Southeast Asia to treat pain and inflammation. And the orangutan then used his fingers to apply the plant juices to the injury, and then afterwards he even pressed the plant to cover up the open wound so it was covered like a band-aid. And they watched this all happen, and he just knew how to treat his wounds. Isn't that crazy? That's insane to me. Like, not only did he like crush and like use the juices first, like we would apply like ointment, and then he used like a band-aid. Isn't that crazy? That's insane to me.
I feel like monkeys are like the closest things to humans, though. They are so smart.
But are they?
They have hands.
But they have hands. Is that how we like now like figure out what's
Well,
smart?
like,
I mean, frogs have hands.
Yeah. But like, think of how many animals have hands. Like, they don't. Apes and orangutans and chimpanzees, they have hands. They're smart.
You know how our Nana, she's afraid of frogs?
Yeah.
Did you know the extent of it? Like,
I mean, the extent.
She'll
She'll cry and scream, yeah.
Yes, but she was saying that, like, if someone she loved was running at her with a frog and she had a gun, she wouldn't hesitate.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. She told us that.
I mean,
when we were at the cottage.
Think about, like, if you had, like, a gun and someone was running at you with, like, hornets. I'd probably shoot you.
No, you wouldn't.
If you were about to throw a hornet's nest on me, I'd shoot it, or you. I don't know what I would do. Probably shoot you in the leg. Get you to
Okay, as long as it's in the
But
leg.
it's like, what's worse, getting shot or getting a massive hornet's nest thrown at you?
Okay, but Mandii, like, we're talking about a frog.
It's her worst fear.
Like, I don't know if she might listen to this podcast, and if so, Nana.
She won't.
I don't get it, but I respect you. Like, I respect it. I don't get it, but I respect it. I love frogs. Like, whenever there's a frog, like, if it's rained, we get little frogs in our porch.
Yeah.
And Ty will always call me outside. Like, he'll be like, Jess, they're here. And I'll go see them. And I love them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably more like toads, but same thing. I love either.
Yeah.
I love frogs. Remember?
No. Every time. We used to go hunting for frogs, and I found a frog, and I lost it.
Wait, how'd you know I was going to tell this story? That's so weird.
And we couldn't find it anywhere. Finally, I moved, and I had been stepping on it the whole time, and I didn't know, and I was so upset I was crying.
It was, like,
flat. We picked it up, and I had it in my hands, and it deflated, or inflated.
No, it inflated and was totally fine.
Yeah.
And it just, like,
flat.
hopped away.
Yeah, it survived.
It was, like,
Flattened.
but maybe they do that when they're scared.
Inflated.
Clayton. It inflated. And it just jumped away.
What did I say?
Inflating. We always laugh because there's a part in Tarzan where he screams out, Clayton. Clayton.
That, and also, why are things so similar? Dalton from Insidious.
And Sutton.
I was going to say that.
It's anything with a
Sutton.
in the end of a name.
Dalton.
Yeah.
Clayton.
I don't like those names.
Dalton is cute.
Dalton? It's like the end.
How do you say Dalton?
If the end takes over.
Dalton.
Clayton.
No, it's the way they're being said.
Sutton.
Have you seen that? Carl. Like the...
Coral.
No.
Yeah, Rick saying Carl.
No, or Coral.
Lori. Coral and Lori.
But have you seen the video where he's like, oh, no. Have you seen the TikToks of people reenacting it?
Poor Rick. Everyone always makes fun of Rick.
No. When he's like,
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Dalton.
Our last topic here. So this is going viral. This girl on TikTok said that there's a way to tell if someone is over 30 years old. She says that 30-year-olds wear ankle socks and everyone under 30 wears crew socks. And like all the people in the comments are people over 30 saying crew socks were considered lame when we were young. Because if you wore anything like over your ankles, it was very like old person-ish. But apparently crew socks are like trending. And what's funny is that I only wear ankle socks.
So I only wear ankle socks simply for the fact that I don't want my circulation
To be cut
off, which it will be if I wear tall socks, unless it's like roots socks, you know, like the big ones, like knee-high socks.
I thought it was a thing that you wear ankle socks with sneakers and stuff.
Yeah, it's easier.
Why are these people wearing crew socks? Like, sorry, if you're like under 30, why are you wearing crew socks?
I am under 30 and I wear ankle
you're
socks.
almost 30 though. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh, okay, no you're not. Oh, I wish I was 27.
Girl, I'm not that old.
Excuse me?
I'm not that old. Luca's that old. You're that old.
Oh, okay. It's not old.
I have friends that are old, you know.
It is not old.
Can't say, like, we're in our, like, 20s anymore. Like, you're not grouped into that.
I'm not in your group. I've been kicked out.
Luca's not in my group. You're not in my group. My friend Aisha is not in my group.
Oh
like,
my
I
gosh.
was with her the other day, and I was going to say, oh, like, you know, we're in our late 20s. And I'm like, bitch, she is not anymore.
Yeah, you can't say that.
No. I can say that.
But now I could say I'm in my early 30s. So all the late 30 girlies will be like, oh, I wish I was in my early 30s.
Exactly.
So you kind of like just have to
Take
swap
it in.
a decade.
Take it in. Yeah.
Now I'm young for my 30s.
Yes.
Right.
Marinate in that.
I'm going to try it. Because I know when I'm 38, I'm going to be like, I wish I was early 30s. Because it always ends up being
and
like
then
that.
when you're 40,
I wish I was in my 30s.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like when you're like 50, 60, you're going to be like, oh my God, 40 is so young.
I
you
know. When I was 40, I was, yeah. Yeah, that's so true. It's all about like once you're in it, you actually realize like you're young.
Isn't it like f***ed up though to think like you're literally halfway to 60? Which is like,
Thanks.
like you're almost, like we're almost dead. Halfway to 60?
Yeah, but like if I have to think about when I'm 60,
60.
it'll be like living my life all over again. And I feel like I've been here a long time.
No.
No?
No.
You don't feel like you've been here a long time?
No, you think that we've been here a long time because from 0 to 30, there's a lot of growth.
And I guess you don't remember a lot of it.
There's a lot of learning. There's
Yeah.
a lot of growing. There's a lot of experiences. A lot of like just maturing. Big life things.
And I think time feels slower when you're
From
a kid.
30 to death. I mean, like you're an adult now.
Like it felt ages.
Still a lot to learn, a lot to, you know, experience, life, whatever. But
like 0 to 10 felt like ages for me.
yeah.
Ages.
Yeah.
I remember when you're
High
like
school, 4 years.
felt like
Felt
ages.
like 20 years.
That's true.
4 years.
But then I think about how 2020 was 4 years ago. That felt like nothing.
like when I think about how long I've been with Luca, like that would be doing high school 2 times over and a half.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Think about how much you grow in high school and how much, like, I can't. I literally can't.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Felt like forever.
Anyways, guys. We're going to get going.
They said the tangent. We should have named this podcast Tangents.
Honestly, we should have.
Yeah.
Something about tangents, yeah.
Because tangent, that's what this is.
Friendly
You and me,
tangents.
Tangents.
But we still talk about peculiar things.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I don't know if Mandii will be here next week. It doesn't sound like
I
it.
won't be because it's Mother's Day, my first Mother's Day, and then Ophi gets her second set of vaccines, which I want to die. Like, cause it's hell.
Yeah, that's brutal.
It's hell.
I might try and get my mother on here, and we'll see. If not, Ty will be back on. But thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys very soon. And then once Mandii fully like moves and stuff, hopefully we'll be back into like a regular routine of having you here.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out too. Anyways, guys, have a good rest of your day. Check out the Patreon clips, and we will see you in our next video.
Bye.